What if I told you the reason your legs feel weaker, your balance feels off, and getting out of a chair takes more effort than it used to, has less to do with your age and more to do with something no one ever taught you to protect? What if it's not that your body's falling apart, but that it's quietly trying to adapt to a life that stopped feeding it what it needs to stay strong? Here's the truth. After 60, your body doesn't give up on you. It listens to you. It listens to what you feed it, how much you move, what time you rest, and most importantly, what you've stopped doing. That stiffness in your knees when you wake up, that slow, careful way you descend stairs, that sense that your arms don't carry quite what they used to, that's not just getting old. That's a message, a quiet cry from your muscles. They're not disappearing overnight. They're shrinking slowly. They're forgetting how to activate. They're waiting on you to speak their language again, because your muscles don't age the way you think. They don't vanish like magic. They atrophy quietly over years when your body doesn't get 3 very specific signals. And those signals? They're not protein powders. They're not gym memberships. And they're definitely not more pills. They're 3 habits, 3 daily rituals so simple, so powerful, that they can start rebuilding lost muscle even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond. But before I give you the first one, I want you to take a moment and remember something. Think back to when you felt strong, not in the gym, not on a stage, but in your life. Maybe it was carrying groceries without a second thought. Maybe it was catching yourself after tripping and being surprised by how quick your legs reacted. Maybe it was lifting your grandchild, holding them close and not thinking once about your back. That strength, that wasn't about youth. That was about connection between your brain, your nerves, and your muscles. That connection isn't gone. It's just asleep. And we're about to wake it up again. The first habit is not physical. It's neurological. See, muscle begins in the mind. Every movement you make, whether it's opening a jar or rising from a chair, starts with a signal from your brain. And after 60, that signal starts to fade. Not because your brain is broken, but because you've stopped asking it to speak clearly. The habit? It's called intentional movement. It sounds simple, but it's deeper than walking or stretching. It's about giving your nervous system a job again. When you reach for your coffee cup in the morning, do it with full awareness. Grip it. Feel it. Stabilize your arm. When you rise from your chair, don't lean or push with your hands. Use your legs, slowly, controlled. Tell them, wake up. You see, every time you move with focus, you remind your body, this connection matters. This strength is still needed. You retrain the circuitry. And that retraining, it lays the foundation for muscle to rebuild. Studies show that even seniors in their 80s who reintroduce intentional movement for just 10 minutes a day can double their strength within weeks. Not because they're lifting heavy weights, but because they're reconnecting the signal. And here's something even more powerful. Your muscles remember. It's called muscle memory. Every strong thing you ever did, your body kept that pattern locked away. You're not starting from scratch. You're reactivating what was always there. So tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone, before you reach for coffee, just stand. Feel your feet. Engage your legs. Pull your shoulder blades back. And breathe into your own power again. That's habit 1. Now let's talk about habit 2. This one's physical, but it doesn't involve dumbbells. It doesn't require a gym. It doesn't even need shoes. It's the habit of resistance, not exercise. Resistance. See, after 60, your body becomes extremely responsive to something called mechanical tension. That's just a fancy way of saying your muscles need to feel like they're working. But here's the trick. You don't need to lift anything to create tension. You can use your own body. Wall pushes, chair squats, slow marches in place with lifted knees, holding a soup can in each hand and pressing slowly overhead. It's not about speed. It's about activation. The reason most seniors lose strength isn't because they're weak. It's because they stopped doing the little things that once gave their muscles a challenge. Resistance trains your body to rebuild what it thought it didn't need anymore. And the magic happens in the slowness. When you rise from a chair slowly, you recruit more muscle fibers. When you press against a wall with focus, your arms wake up in ways they haven't in years. And the best part? It's free, it's safe, and you can do it today. Let me tell you about a man named Charles. He was 72, couldn't stand for more than 2 minutes without needing support. He started doing wall sits, just 20 seconds a day, then 30, then 45. Within 3 months, he was walking a mile, not because of magic, but because his body remembered how to respond to resistance, and so can yours. But none of it works. if you don't do this next habit. Habit 3 is the most underestimated, and yet the most powerful, because this one doesn't rebuild muscle directly. It unlocks your body's ability to recover, grow, and heal. It's not a movement, it's not a food, it's sleep. But not just any sleep, it's restorative sleep, the kind that helps your muscles actually repair after you've asked them to wake up again. Here's the truth no one tells you. Muscle doesn't grow while you're moving. It grows while you're sleeping. And after 60, your sleep changes. Your body produces less melatonin. Your circadian rhythm shifts. You may wake more often, sleep lighter, feel unrested even after 8 hours. But that doesn't mean you're doomed. It means your body needs help getting back into rhythm. Start by setting a wind-down ritual. No screens 1 hour before bed. A magnesium-rich snack like a banana or almonds. Dim the lights, stretch, breathe, and remind your nervous system that it's safe to rest. The deeper you rest, the more your body rebuilds. You can't rebuild muscle without rebuilding the recovery system that supports it. And here's something beautiful. Sleep doesn't just restore your muscles. It clears your brain, regulates your mood, balances your hormones, and reduces inflammation that slows your healing down. So the 3 habits: intentional movement, daily resistance, restorative sleep. Together, they speak the forgotten language of strength, a language your body still knows, but only if you choose to speak it again. You don't need a gym. You don't need pills. You need rhythm, ritual, respect for what your body still wants to do for you. And if you start today, you'll feel it. Not all at once, but maybe in how easily you rise from a chair, how steady your feet feel on the stairs, how much lighter your world feels when your body remembers how to carry you again. Because strength isn't about muscle, it's about freedom, and freedom is still within reach. Because freedom is what this really comes down to, isn't it? Not just the strength to lift something heavy, but the strength to live on your terms. To walk across the room without gripping the walls. To bend down without fear that your knees won't carry you back up. To sleep through the night and wake up not just alive, but awake. To not feel like your body is slowly turning into someone else's. And here's the secret people rarely say out loud. The fear isn't just about weakness. It's about losing control, losing the right to say, I can do this myself, losing the moments that used to feel simple, stepping into a shower without thinking, climbing stairs without bargaining with your knees, getting dressed without a small sigh when your arm won't quite reach that sleeve. These are the quiet battles no one sees, but you feel them. And sometimes they feel like they're winning. But I want to tell you something now, and I need you to really hear this. You are not too late. I don't care if you're 60, 70, or 90. Your muscles still respond. Your brain still rewires. Your cells still rebuild. And your spirit? It's never too old to fight for you. Because rebuilding muscle after 60 isn't about looking good. It's about being able to rise again on your own feet with your own power. And that power is waiting. It's just been sleeping. Now let's bring it all together. Earlier, we talked about 3 habits: intentional movement, resistance, restorative sleep. Each of them works like a leg of a stool. You need all 3 for the structure to hold. But let me show you how they connect. When you start your day with intentional movement, even just 5 slow, focused motions, you're doing more than waking up your joints. You're training your brain to reconnect. You're saying, we're in this together. That alone can shift your entire energy for the day. Then, when you include a few minutes of resistance, you're not doing it to impress anyone. You're not trying to look like you did at 25. You're training for function, for life, for the quiet strength that lets you get off a couch without a grunt, or carry your groceries without calling for help. And when you end your day by preparing for deep sleep, you're giving your body permission to repair, to clean out the inflammation, to release the hormones that rebuild your tissues, to rest like it was meant to, not in fear or pain, but in restoration. Because here's something powerful science has proven. In seniors over 65, consistent light resistance training plus focused movement plus 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep isn't just better than nothing. It's more effective than most medications at preserving independence. It boosts muscle mass, lowers the risk of falls, improves blood sugar, sharpens mental clarity, and even extends life expectancy. Not because of magic, but because it brings your body back into its natural rhythm. And rhythm is what the body craves most as we age. Let me give you a picture. Imagine a retired school teacher named Helen. She's 74, lived alone for years, felt tired, stiff, and more anxious than she cared to admit. Her grandkids started visiting less. Her calendar got quieter, and she felt like life was slowly getting smaller. One morning, she stood in her kitchen and reached for a mug, and her arm trembled. Not because it was heavy, but because she hadn't used that arm with purpose in days. That was the moment. She didn't join a gym. She didn't hire a trainer. She started by standing barefoot on her living room rug, raised one knee slowly, then the other, pressed her palms into the wall for 10 seconds, made her tea, then sat on the edge of her chair and stood up 10 times without using her hands. Every day, she added one more rep. After 3 months, she didn't just feel stronger. She felt more herself. She told me, "It's not about getting back to who I was. It's about becoming who I still am." That's the power we forget we have. Not to rewind the clock, but to take charge of the time we still do have. And it starts today, not tomorrow, not next month, not after you lose 5 pounds or get more motivation. Because the truth is, motivation doesn't come first. Movement does. Action does. Then your body begins to respond. Then your mind catches up. Then you remember what it feels like to own your body again. So what can you do right now? Stand up. Roll your shoulders back, lift one foot and balance for just 5 seconds. Feel your body activate, then do it again tomorrow, and again the next day, and again the next week. Small doesn't mean weak. Small means sustainable. And sustainability is what builds real strength, not once, but for the long haul. Because muscle doesn't disappear because you're old. It disappears when you stop asking for it. So start asking again. Talk to your body. Feed it with small challenges. Let it surprise you. Let it prove that strength was never gone, only waiting. And every time you move, with intention, with resistance, with purpose, you are choosing to keep writing your story. A story that doesn't end in decline. A story that still holds chapters of freedom, of energy, of confidence, of standing tall. Not just because you can, but because you earned it. And that's the real definition of aging well. Not just surviving, reclaiming. And it's never too late to begin.